Now you need the word to give. Listen carefully. Here is how you say to give.
Geben. Geben.
Now let's put those together. Give a book. The word for to give goes at the very end in German, so the order is a book and then give. Here is how you say give a book.
Ein Buch geben. Ein Buch geben.
Say, give a book.
Ein Buch geben.
Good. Now you need the word for him when you mean to him, as in give him a book. Listen. Here is how you say him, meaning to him, as in give him a book.
Ihm. Ihm.
Now let's build. Give him a book. In German, the order is him a book give. Here is how you say give him a book.
Ihm ein Buch geben. Ihm ein Buch geben.
Say, give him a book.
Ihm ein Buch geben.
Excellent. Now you need the word for will, as in I will. German uses a single word for this. Listen. Here is how you say will, as in I will give him a book.
Werde. Werde.
You already know the word for I. Now let's combine I will. Here's how you say I will.
Ich werde. Ich werde.
Say I will.
Ich werde.
Now you have everything. Put it all together. I will, then him a book give. Listen to the full sentence. Here is the full sentence. I will give him a book.
Ich werde ihm ein Buch geben. Ich werde ihm ein Buch geben.
Now say the whole thing. I will give him a book.
Ich werde ihm ein Buch geben.
In this segment, you will learn to ask which book in German. You already know the word for book very well, and you have already heard the word for which. Now let's put them together confidently. You already know the German word for book. Say it now.
Buch.
Good. Now, you have already heard the word meaning which, as in which book. German uses a special form of which when it goes with book. Listen carefully. Here's the word meaning which, as in which book.
Welches? Welches?
How do you say which, as in which book?
Welches?
Now you have both pieces. In German, just as in English, you put which before book. Listen to the full question. Here is the full question. Which book?
Welches Buch? Welches Buch?
Now you try. Ask which book.
Welches Buch?
One more time. Which book?
Welches Buch?
You already know the phrase, meaning in the night. Now you'll add a new word before it. Here's how to say written.
Geschrieben. Geschrieben.
How do you say written?
Geschrieben.
Now say, written in the night.
Geschrieben in der Nacht.
You also know the phrase meaning without light. Now add the word meaning and. Here is the word for and.
Und.
Say, and without light.
Und ohne Licht.
Now say the longer phrase, written in the night and without light.
Geschrieben in der Nacht und ohne Licht.
Now for the short opening. You already know the first word from earlier. Add the word meaning here to get the sense of this one. Here's the short phrase meaning this one.
Das hier. Das hier.
How do you say this one?
Das hier.
Now say this one, written in the night and without light.
Das hier. Geschrieben in der Nacht und ohne Licht.
Listen again to the full sentence.
Das hier. Geschrieben in der Nacht und ohne Licht. Das hier. Geschrieben in der Nacht und ohne Licht.
Say the full sentence again. This one, written in the night and without light.
Das hier. Geschrieben in der Nacht und ohne Licht.
How do you say, I will give him a book?
Ich werde ihm ein Buch geben.
How do you say, to give him a book?
Ihm ein Buch geben.
How do you ask which book in German?
Welches Buch?
How do you say will, as in, I will give him a book?
Werde.
How do you say which, as in which book?
Welches?
How do you say written?
Geschrieben.
Say, I will give him a book.
Ich werde ihm ein Buch geben.
How do you say him, meaning to him, as in give him a book?
Ihm.
How do you say, written in the night and without light?
Geschrieben in der Nacht und ohne Licht.
Say the phrase meaning give him a book.
Ihm ein Buch geben.
Ask the question, which book?
Welches Buch?
How do you say this one?
Das hier.
Say the word for will when talking about something you will do.
Werde.
What is the German word for which, as in which book?
Welches?
Say written.
Geschrieben.
How do you say this one, written in the night and without light?
Das hier. Beschrieben in der Nacht und ohne Licht.
Say the word for him when you mean you are giving something to him.
Ihm.
Say written in the night and without light.
Geschrieben in der Nacht und ohne Licht.
Say this one.
Das hier.
Say the full sentence. This one, written in the night and without light.
Das hier. Beschrieben in der Nacht und ohne Licht.
How would you tell someone, I will give him a book?
Ich werde ihm ein Buch geben.
How do you say, to give him a book?
Ihm ein Buch geben.
Say which book in German.
Welches Buch?
How do you say will in the phrase I will give?
Werde.
Say which, as in which book.
Welches?
Try saying written once more.
Geschrieben.
How do you say to him?
Ihm.
Try that longer phrase again, written in the night and without light.
Geschrieben in der Nacht und ohne Licht.
Try saying this one again.
Das hier.
Try the whole sentence again. This one, written in the night and without light.
Das hier. Beschrieben in der Nacht und ohne Licht.
In this segment, your goal is to say, "Oh my God, you already know all the pieces. Let's put them together smoothly." You know the word for my in German. How do you say my?
Mein.
And you know the word for God. How do you say God?
Gott.
Good. Now put them together. How do you say my God?
Mein Gott.
You also already know the exclamation meaning oh from the sentence you practiced earlier. Now, here is the complete expression. Oh my God.
Oh mein Gott. Oh mein Gott.
How do you say, oh my God?
Oh mein Gott.
Once more, as an expression of surprise. Oh my God.
Oh mein Gott.
In this segment, you'll learn to say, the lights of the city. It's poetry. Let's build it up piece by piece. You already know the word for is from phrases like, it is shut. That same word appears in the second part of our sentence. Here is how you say poetry, as in, it's poetry.
Poesie. Poesie.
How do you say poetry?
Poesie.
Now, here's how you say, it is poetry. You already know the word for it from phrases like, there is, and I find it on my own, and you know the word for is. Listen to the whole phrase.
Es ist Poesie. Es ist Poesie.
How do you say it is poetry?
Es ist Poesie.
Good. Now let's build the first part, the lights of the city. You already know the word for the key. That same word for the is used before masculine nouns. Here it appears in of the city, because the word for city is feminine, but its genitive form sounds just like that masculine the, you know. Here's how you say city.
Stadt. Stadt.
How do you say city?
Stadt.
Here is the phrase meaning of the city. You'll recognize the word for the that you already know from the key.
Der Stadt. Der Stadt.
How do you say of the city?
Der Stadt.
Here is how you say lights, as in the lights of the city.
Lichter. Lichter.
How do you say lights?
Lichter.
You already know the word for the used before feminine nouns and groups of things. You heard it in the woman and the old bag. That same word begins the lights. Here is the full phrase meaning the lights of the city.
Die Lichter der Stadt. Die Lichter der Stadt.
How do you say the lights of the city?
Die Lichter der Stadt.
Now, here is the complete sentence. The lights of the city. It's poetry.
Die Lichter der Stadt. Es ist Poesie. Die Lichter der Stadt. Es ist Poesie.
Now say the whole thing. The lights of the city. It's poetry.
Die Lichter der Stadt. Es ist Poesie.
In this segment, you'll learn to ask, and you're going to give it to him. Really? You already know many of the pieces. Let's put them together. You already know the word for to give, and you know the phrase give him a book. Now you need it in place of a book. You already know the word for it from phrases like I find it and I'll write it down. Here is the phrase meaning give it to him, the core of what we're building.
Es ihm geben. Es ihm geben.
How do you say give it to him?
Es ihm geben.
Now you need the word for will, the future word that goes with you. In German, when you say you will, the word for will changes to fit you. Listen carefully. Here's the word for will when it goes with you, as in you will give it to him.
Wirst. Wirst.
Here's the phrase meaning you will give it to him.
Du wirst es ihm geben. Du wirst es ihm geben.
How do you say you will give it to him?
Du wirst es ihm geben.
You already know the word for and from phrases like and a key and without light. Now add it to the front. Here's the phrase meaning and you will give it to him.
Und du wirst es ihm geben. Und du wirst es ihm geben.
How do you say and you will give it to him?
Und du wirst es ihm geben.
Now you just need the word for really at the end, said as its own short question, with a bit of surprise. Here is the word for really.
Wirklich. Wirklich.
How do you say really?
Wirklich.
Now, here's the full sentence. And you're going to give it to him? Really?
Und du wirst es ihm geben? Wirklich? Und du wirst es ihm geben? Wirklich?
Now, say the whole thing. And you're going to give it to him? Really?
Und du wirst es ihm geben? Wirklich?
How do you say, oh my God?
Oh mein Gott.
How do you say my God in German?
Mein Gott.
How do you say the lights of the city? It's poetry.
Die Lichter der Stadt. Es ist Poesie.
How do you say my in German?
Mein.
How do you say the lights of the city?
Die Lichter der Stadt.
How do you say, and you're going to give it to him? Really?
Und du wirst es ihm geben? Wirklich?
Express surprise or disbelief. How do you say, oh my God in German?
Oh mein Gott.
How do you say it is poetry?
Es ist Poesie.
How do you say you will give it to him?
Du wirst es ihm geben.
What is the German phrase for my God?
Mein Gott.
Say the full exclamation. The lights of the city. It's poetry.
Die Lichter der Stadt. Es ist Poesie.
How do you say poetry?
Poesie.
How do you say give it to him?
Es ihm geben.
What is the German word for my?
Mein.
Say the phrase meaning the lights of the city.
Die Lichter der Stadt.
Say, and you will give it to him? Really?
Und du wirst es ihm geben? Wirklich?
How do you say really?
Wirklich.
Say the phrase meaning it is poetry.
Es ist Poesie.
Say the phrase meaning you're going to give it to him.
Du wirst es ihm geben.
What is the German word for poetry?
Poesie.
Say the phrase meaning to give it to him.
Es ihm geben.
Say the word for really in German.
Wirklich.
Try saying, oh my God in German.
Oh mein Gott.
Try saying my God in German.
Mein Gott.
How would you exclaim? The lights of the city. It's poetry.
Die Lichter der Stadt. Es ist Poesie.
Try saying my in German.
Mein.
How do you say the lights of the city in German?
Die Lichter der Stadt.
How would you ask with surprise? And you're going to give it to him? Really?
Und du wirst es ihm geben? Wirklich?
How would you say it is poetry in German?
Es ist Poesie.
How do you say you will give it to him in German?
Du wirst es ihm geben.
Say poetry in German.
Poesie.
How do you say give it to him?
Es ihm geben.
How do you express really as a surprised question?
Wirklich.
In this segment, your goal is to say, and I will give it to him. Let's build it piece by piece. You already know the word for and from the phrase and a key. That same word appears right at the start of your new sentence. Here is how you say to give.
Geben. Geben.
How do you say to give?
Geben.
You already know the word for it from phrases like there is, and I'll write it down. That same word is used here too. Now, here's how to say him when you mean the person receiving something. As in, give it to him.
Ihm. Ihm.
How do you say him meaning the person who receives something?
Ihm.
Here is the phrase meaning give it to him, the core of your sentence.
Es ihm geben. Es ihm geben.
How do you say give it to him?
Es ihm geben.
Now you need the form that means I will. Listen carefully. Here is how to say I will, as in I will give it to him.
Ich werde. Ich werde.
How do you say I will?
Ich werde.
Now here is the phrase meaning I will give it to him. Notice that give moves to the very end.
Ich werde es ihm geben. Ich werde es ihm geben.
How do you say I will give it to him?
Ich werde es ihm geben.
You already know the word for and. Now put it at the front to get the full sentence. Here is the full sentence, and I will give it to him.
Und ich werde es ihm geben. Und ich werde es ihm geben.
Now say the whole thing, and I will give it to him.
Und ich werde es ihm geben.
In this segment, you will learn to say, God, give me strength. You already know every piece of this sentence. Let's put it all together. You know the word for strength. Say it now.
Kraft.
And you know the word for me, as in the person receiving something. Say it.
Mir.
Now, say the two-word phrase meaning me strength, the end of our sentence.
Mir Kraft.
You know the word for give as a command. Say just that word.
Gib.
Now say the three-word phrase meaning give me strength.
Gib mir Kraft.
You know the word for calling out to God. Say just that word.
Gott.
Good. Now you have every piece. The full sentence means, God, give me strength. You start with God, then give me strength. Listen carefully. Here is the full sentence. God, give me strength.
Gott, gib mir Kraft. Gott, gib mir Kraft.
Now, say it yourself. God, give me strength.
Gott, gib mir Kraft.
Excellent. Notice that this is exactly the same pattern you have already practiced. You are saying it perfectly. One more time. God, give me strength.
Gott, gib mir Kraft.
How do you say, and I will give it to him?
Und ich werde es ihm geben.
How do you say, I will give it to him?
Ich werde es ihm geben.
How do you say, God, give me strength?
Gott, gib mir Kraft.
How do you say give it to him?
Es ihm geben.
How do you say the phrase meaning, give me strength?
Gib mir Kraft.
Say the full sentence meaning, and I will give it to him.
Und ich werde es ihm geben.
How do you say him when you mean the person receiving something?
Ihm.
How do you say the phrase meaning, to me, strength, at the end of our sentence?
Mir Kraft.
Say, I will give it to him in German.
Ich werde es ihm geben.
Say the full sentence meaning, God, give me strength.
Gott, gib mir Kraft.
How do you say the command, give, as in give me something?
Gib.
Say the phrase meaning give it to him.
Es ihm geben.
Say the phrase give me strength.
Gib mir Kraft.
Say to him in German.
Ihm.
Say the two-word phrase, me strength.
Mir Kraft.
Say just the command word meaning, give.
Gib.
And I will give it to him. How do you say that in German?
Und ich werde es ihm geben.
How would you say I will give it to him without and?
Ich werde es ihm geben.
How would you say, God, give me strength?
Gott, gib mir Kraft.
How do you say give it to him in German?
Es ihm geben.
How do you say give me strength as a command?
Gib mir Kraft.
How do you say him, as in I gave it to him?
Ihm.
How do you say me strength, as it appears at the end of the sentence?
Mir Kraft.
How do you say give when you are telling someone to give you something?
Gib.